Welcome back to the show. Man Talk Monday. The number is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@DougStewartShow.com. Steph Curry scored 40 points and hit a tying three-pointer with 1:48 remaining, and the Warriors rallied way behind after Kawhi Leonard was lost to an ankle injury to beat the San Antonio Spurs. Get it out, Dougie. 113-111 on Sunday in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. The Warriors trailed by as many as 25 points. I think I said 26 earlier. By 25 points in this game. Leonard left in the third quarter after he re-injured his left ankle, and the Warriors capitalized with an 18-0 run. Kevin Durant scored 10 straight points during a key fourth quarter stretch on the way to 34 points, and Zaza had 11 points and 9 rebounds as well. Leonard had 26 points and 8 rebounds. LaMarcus Aldridge produced another clutch playoff performance with 28 points and 8 boards as well. One thing about LaMarcus Aldridge, though, man, he got freaking hands of stone. I'm serious, man. A lot of them big guys, man, they and that's the thing that made that was so special about Shaq. Shaq had good hands. Like, you throw the ball in there, man, and he'd catch every single time. A lot of times I watched that game yesterday, man, and LaMarcus Aldridge is fumbling around with the ball. He can't get in good position, man. He still had a good game, but, man, I just noticed that his hands are just horrible. Steph Curry scored 19 points in the third quarter and went 7 for 16 on threes, and 14 of 26 overall as the Warriors overcame the largest halftime deficit ever in the postseason at 20 points. Leonard first went down after stepping on a teammate's foot along the bench. That's right, he did that first after taking a shot. And Pachulia later slid toward him as he came down from shooting, and Leonard fell into the Spurs bench, grabbing his ankle. I'm reading some of this chat, man. A lot of y'all are saying that, this thing happened a lot before. They're just putting more of an emphasis on it now. From No Love, bailiff of Ninjaville. Here we go with this Ninjaville stuff already early this morning. If you're new to the show, somehow came about last week, this fictitious town of Ninjaville. And so cats are appointing themselves in different, political aspects of the government, I guess, of Ninjaville. So last week, Tiffany Poole in Portland appointed herself treasurer of Ninjaville. And now my man, No Love, bailiff of Ninjaville. You just a bailiff? We just grabbing positions in the city government, and you just want to be the bailiff? Come on, bro. I need you to have high aspirations of that. So he's the bailiff of Ninjaville. That's cute. He says, matter of fact, Roger Bell and Jalen Rose used to do that to Kobe. I think Reggie Miller used to do that too. Yeah, I remember Jalen Rose and Kobe, and they never went to fisticuffs or anything like that. But Jalen Rose used to do a lot of things to try to get under Kobe's skin as well. Many of you have mentioned Bruce Bowen was known for doing that type of stuff, man. And I guess now they're putting more of an emphasis. Somebody said in the chat room that they're calling it as a foul now, where one time before they didn't. Now they're even talking about, as I mentioned in the last segment, they're now talking about, making this thing a flagrant, which I agree. Like, I don't understand. There's no reason for your feet to end up under the feet of a guy landing. Maybe if a guy's taking a running jump shot right before the clock and he's going forward. No, these guys go straight up and they come straight down. How is it that a defender can get his foot under your foot if you're shooting the basketball? And I see a lot of y'all are saying now it was just bad luck for Kawhi Leonard. I don't know. That doesn't happen all of the time. That's very rare. And if you watch that play, man, it looked kind of intentional to me. And I'm not saying it was intentional, but it looked kind of intentional to me. I mean, you're talking about serious injury. The way I hurt my knee when I was in college is no one hit me anything like that. I stepped in kind of like on the practice field. I stepped in kind of like an uneven spot on the ground that was kind of like, kind of had like a little dip in the ground. And when you land like that and there's no ground there, or you land on something and it twists your knee and ankle, and I thought at one time yesterday on the play, the second time in particular when Zaza came under him, I thought that he had hurt his knee. So you're not just talking about ankles, you're talking about knees possibly coming into play on a play like that, man. And for whatever reason, they are talking about it more now. There's been a lot of conversation once again about making that a flagrant foul. I agree with that. I mean, you got to fix that. You're talking about guys' livelihoods. Patty Mills, who is starting for San Antonio in place of Tony Parker, who was missed greatly on yesterday as well, shot 1 for 8 and missed all 6 of his three-pointer tries. He ended up with 5 points in the game. San Antonio forced 19 turnovers and had 6 steals among the Warriors' initial 9 miscues. Draymond Green received his second technical foul on the postseason. Oh, my gosh. And listen, I just said it last week, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I just said it last week, man. I absolutely love Draymond Green's passion, and I love how he plays the game. I mean, he just does everything. But, man, something is wrong with that ninja. Something is wrong with that boy. Something is wrong with him. Like, he gets a technical foul, and he seeks out and found the referee yesterday to the other end of the court and got up in this guy's face. And it's almost like everybody is like, his teammates are scared of him. Like, in normal situations, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, in normal situations, what Draymond was doing yesterday and his emotions get the better of him and he's screaming and he's going crazy, we need you to play so you can help us win basketball games. In normal situations, there's a player on the team, usually a bigger player, a center, a power forward or something like that, and come and grab the dude and says, listen, calm down. You're not thinking correctly right now. You're very emotional. We need you to chill out. We don't need you to get kicked out of this game. Like, nobody does that to Draymond. If they do it, it's half-heartedly. They scared of that ninja. Something is wrong with him. If he ain't kicking you in the testicles, he's screaming and spitting in some referee face. Once again, received his second technical of the postseason when he celebrated a third-quarter steal and referee Mark Davis penalized him. I will say this. That was a very petty call. All right, I can give blame on both sides. The little celebration thing that he did, that wasn't nothing. He didn't, lean down in the guy's face or anything like that. I thought that was bad. Golden State, 16 points in the first, was the lowest scoring quarter of the postseason. Andre Iguodala was limited with a sore left knee. And is that the last thing I wanted to mention about this game? Oh, listen to this. Listen to this. You remember at that point in the NFL, in the Super Bowl, where the Falcons were up by, 25 points or whatever in the third quarter after scoring the last touchdown? And they said that at the time, it was Fox, I think, broadcasted the Super Bowl, the Falcons had a 99.3% chance of winning the game at that point in the game. Yesterday, the Warriors had a 3% chance of winning the game when Kawhi Leonard left the game, and somehow they found a way to do it. 97% chance they were going to lose. %97 chance they were going to lose at that point in the game when Kawhi Leonard went out, and somehow they found a way to do it, man. Just incredible. Klay Thompson didn't have that big of a game yesterday, man. But Kevin Durant had a big game. Steph Curry had a big game. Chances are one of those guys, usually 2 to 3, if you're talking about Thompson. And then you probably can even add Draymond in there as well, man, because he can shoot the 3, and he's also a good scorer as well. Game 2 in the series is Tuesday night back at Oracle Arena. And so, once again, the Golden State Warriors up 1-0 in this Western Conference Finals. Real tough break, literally and figuratively, for Kawhi Leonard. He goes out of that game, and the momentum is just immediately, like somebody hit a switch. The momentum was immediately just changed, and Golden State didn't look back. Shouts out to Mike Brown. I know, what's his name? Big Apple Bastard likes this. Shouts out to Mike Brown, man, who whatever he did in the second half made some adjustments. Steve Kerr, they spoke to the team at halftime after they were down by, I think, 20 at half. So maybe some of his words had some inspiration, but Mike Brown did a great job in coming back. I don't care what happened. I don't care who the coach is. You come back from 25 points, you deserve some credit. You know I'm not a fan of Mike Brown. He had to run his ass out of Los Angeles. But, hey, I mean, obviously did a great job yesterday and tweaking some things, and they came back, man, from 25 points down, and Golden State now is up 1-0. You got to feel some type of way if you're a San Antonio Spurs fan, because you're not supposed to lose that game. The thing I continue to say about the Super Bowl, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, the Falcons shouldn't have lost. Like, you can tell me any reason or this, that, or the other, Tom Brady, woo-woo-woo, New England Patriots, veteran leadership, great defense. I don't care what. I don't care who it was. Falcons shouldn't have lost that Super Bowl at the point that they were at in the third quarter. They shouldn't have lost. Last night, yesterday evening, still, and I know they go in runs in basketball, and they do have probably the greatest shooting backcourt of all time, but still, and they only lost. San Antonio only lost this game by 2 points and had a chance to win it at the very end. Still, I don't care what Golden State has, shouldn't have lost that game yesterday. So I guess it's only fitting to give the first Buster Award of the day to the San Antonio Spurs, in particular to Greg Popovich, as there's no way they should have lost that game. So Buster Award to them. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. Yeah. One quick little note from Friday night. For the Wizards-Celtics game, the NBA said in a last 2-minute report on Saturday, they give these little reports about the games, the prior games that have occurred already in the league, that the Celtics should have had an extra second on the clock before the final play in the Wizards' 92-91 triumph on Friday night. That's right. And so who was it that took the last shot? Isaiah Thomas took the last shot. Very rushed, obviously, with the time that they had left. And off a little bit, and the Wizards go ahead and get the win. But I don't think it made that much of a difference. I don't think the Wizards played a great game. I think they played with a lot of heart. Celtics came in there with all black on or whatever, man, trying to punk somebody or whatever, but that wasn't the case. The Wizards, man, and John Wall and Bradley Beal playing fantastic basketball. Wizards tonight on the road in Boston, 8 p.m. Eastern time on TNT. And we're going to find out if there's going to be banners that fly as far as Eastern Conference semifinal advancement for the Celtics. The Wizards, who are trying to reach the conference finals for the first time once again since 1979, come into TD Garden and record the first road win in 11 games this season between two teams that have exchanged all kinds of bad, intentions or whatever. So I've said it before, I'm rooting for the Wizards, man. I can't see myself ever rooting anything Boston, being a Lakers fan. And I think it's cool, man. I like John Wall. I like the way John Wall plays. Simple as that. I want to see them advance. Chocolate City, 1979, last time they've been, to an Eastern Conference Finals, man. It's been a long, long time. And I'm sure in 1979, they were still the Bullets. So a lot has changed, man. Young, fun team to watch, man. I'm going for the Wizards. Let's go Wizards. Get it done tonight. From Clay to humble Kawhi Davis. The only reason Steph got hot was because Kawhi went out. Probably had a lot to do with it. From J-Fish Microwave, I think I'm still drunk from last night. Speaking of which,